He got reapportioned, and he was in a very liberal Democratic district. He probably should, by all rights, never won it. And in the middle term, he beat Bellarabzo, which was a big thing for us conservatives. Okay? Since then, he's done a hell of a lot. And I don't mean he became a lobbyist. What did he become? He became a leader in the Italian and Albanian civil rights community. But he's going to tell you more about his background, I'm sure, in his speech. Okay? He formed an organization, a non-profit, called Truth in Government. He's never made a dime, as far as I know, from government since. This is really what Jefferson was talking about when he was talking about public service. I love this guy. He's got the passion. I've only known him for 3 weeks. And let me tell you something, I think you're going to love him too. Let me introduce to you former Congressman and my friend, Joe DioGuardi. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Met him a couple of weeks ago. Wow. I got to bring you with me. We have now $12 trillion in national debt. Now, what is that debt? It's the bonded debt. Those are the treasury bills that we have to float in order to make up for the deficits. That's pretty simple, correct? And what's bad about that is that last year the deficit that added to that national debt was $1.4 trillion. We've never had a deficit that big. That is 3 times more than any deficit. But worse than that, our president's already told us that this year's deficit is going to be $1.5 trillion. Now, and then he said that the next 10 years, we're probably going to add $10 trillion to the national debt. That's 10 trillion on top of 12. And worse than that, they don't understand the dimension of the accounting problem. It's simple accounting. Now, I just gave you the bad news, 22 trillion. If you could keep interest rates down to 5%, what is 5% on 22 trillion? Approximately over $1 trillion, right? That pushes out all discretionary spending. That is the worst tax on anybody. And now what you're doing is you're sending accounting principles that government wants to make things look good so they can get reelected. And guess what they kept off the balance sheet? $45 trillion in Social Security and Medicare liabilities. So our national debt is not 12 trillion. It's 12 trillion today plus the 45 trillion that we know we have to pay, and it's coming down soon. Why? The baby boomers. We got away with this for years because we had many more people working than retiring. We took the money in FICA taxes, Social Security, and what did they do? Do you think there's a trust fund there? Forget it.